So I'm making this video for transparency purposes, just to let people know what's going on with the consoles and how Black Myth WuKong has been running lately since release. Because I personally have a very capable PC and still on the day one of playing Black Myth WuKong had issues. I have a friend that has a PS5 and we decided to fire up the game at the same time to experience it together. So as the shaders had begun compiling, once it reached 3%, I got this error.
So you telling me now it's a lot easier for you to just connect on Discord now?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dope, man.
Yeah, just like the Xbox, huh?
So look, how ironic is this, right?
Are you at the beginning of the game? Did you hit start yet?
What? It says out of memory trying to allocate rendering resources.
Oh shit, I'm at the beginning. We go.
Just crashed.
Your PC can't handle it. This guy on a flying cloud Nimbus from Dragon Ball.
Shader compilation failed during your last session. If your session ended unexpectedly, you can skip the shader compilation, but this may cause performance issues during gameplay. Let's continue it. Oh my god, bro.
And the game crashed. I tried again and it kept happening, like every 10% more of the shader compilation completed. So I had to go to the Steam store page and verify my files, make sure nothing was corrupted, went back, and the same thing happened again at 59%. So I'm thinking, am I actually going to be able to play Black Myth WuKong? But here's the thing. While I was dealing with all these issues on PC, my friend on PS5 had no problems at all. His game loaded smoothly, no crashes, no stutters, nothing. We both started at the same time. Yet he was already diving into that epic first boss encounter while I was stuck troubleshooting. This really got me thinking about how optimization on the PS5 has become over the last decade. I've done some research and found that Sony put in the work to make sure their system is ready for next-gen games like Black Myth WuKong. If PS5 hadn't proved itself yet, then it surely has it in this game, because this is very graphically demanding. The PS5's architecture is designed to handle demanding games with ease, thanks to its powerful SSD, which drastically reduces load times, and its custom GPU that handles complex graphics with minimal hiccups. And the way the system manages resource allocation is also a big factor. It's streamlined to prioritize gaming performance to ensure that the game runs smoothly right out of the box. Over the last decade, Sony has been fine-tuning their hardware and software integration, making the PS5 not just a console, but a well-oiled gaming machine that's future-proof for next-gen experiences. And this level of optimization is why my friend had a flawless experience on day one, while I was stuck trying to get my PC just to load the game. Now, don't get me wrong, other players and people who've played the game or loaded up the game at start might not have had any of my issues. Matter of fact, it might have been flip-flop. Some players who had PS5s might have experienced the same thing I did at jump. According to recent reports and player feedback, Black Myth WuKong on PS5 has been a mixed bag. Some players swear by the game's flawless performance, while others report issues, particularly when using performance mode, which is supposed to target 60 FPS. This mode has been plagued with stuttering, poor image quality, and texture issues, making it less than ideal for those looking for a smooth, high frame rate experience. The quality mode, on the other hand, only offers 30 to 35 FPS, which may not satisfy everyone either. Interestingly, the balance mode seems to offer the best compromise, running at around 45 FPS with fewer issues, though it's still not perfect. And by the way, this information is from an article that came out just yesterday on basically the reviews and player feedback and what's been happening in the couple days Black Myth WuKong has been released. And I'll link the full article in the description below. So while the PS5 version might seem more stable compared to the PC on the surface, it's not without its flaws. But the great news is that it's not another Cyberpunk 2077 situation. The game is playable, and for many, it holds up well if you choose the right settings. But if you're someone who's particular about frame rates and graphical fidelity, you might want to wait for a patch or two before diving in fully on PS5. And I just talked about Xbox and how it got delayed indefinitely. And by the way, I'm still getting the Xbox experience. I love the Xbox, okay? That's what I started playing when it first came out, and I never really got a PlayStation. So in terms of console, before I went to PC, I was on the Xbox team. And I will say that even though it might not be streamlined or it might be delayed indefinitely, the experience that you get with playing with the Elite controller, the Xbox Elite controller, is next to none. And that's why I'm playing it on a PC with my Elite controller, the buttons on the back, and just the way that you're able to play games that aren't shooters is amazing. Because I play shooters on PC, and let me tell you, I can't even play a shooter without mouse and keyboard. My aim is potato. But when it comes to fighting games and melee games like Black Myth WuKong, I gotta use a controller, and I'm using the Xbox Elite controller. We'll get into that in another video. I'll show you the setup that I'm using and the button configuration that I'm using so you can switch between staff stances seamlessly within combat. It's dope. Anyways, unfortunately, Xbox has been lagging behind in terms of optimization, which is why we've seen the major delays of Black Myth on the system. But there are a lot of reasons for this. First, Xbox architecture hasn't been as tightly integrated with the next gen demands as the PS5. This means developers have to spend more time optimizing their games specifically for Xbox, which can lead to delays, unfortunately. And secondly, Microsoft's focus has been more on creating a versatile system that caters to a wide range of media experiences rather than zeroing in on raw gaming performance like Sony has. And this broader approach, while great for entertainment, you know, it's Microsoft, so they got to do the most, but it's great for entertainment as a whole, doesn't always translate to the best gaming experience, especially when it comes to cutting edge titles like Black Myth WuKong. So in short, while PS5 has spent the last decade sharpening its sword to be ready for the next generation of gaming, I actually might get a PS5 just to see what all this is about, man. See what's under the hood. People keep ramping and raving about it. I might just get one. And it's crazy that Xbox has just been catching up, and this is why, as much as I love gaming on PC, I can't help but appreciate the smooth experience that my friend was saying that he had. But at the end of the day, and after all the troubleshooting on PC and painstakingly waiting for the shaders to compile, I finally got the game to run smoothly once it was all said and done. And let me tell you, it was worth the wait. Once everything was up and running, the game looked absolutely stunning. The graphics were incredible. I mean, I don't know if you played the game yet, but if you look at the opening scene, you have this epic fight, right, with the gods and this other guy, and they give you all of the spells, a full range of your skill tree just to test out everything. It's basically your tutorial, and the game looks like real. It looks like I'm looking at something real. It's crazy how the graphics were. And I think that they were kind of not telling the truth on the Steam store page when they told you the specs that you needed in order to run this game, because you need something capable, man. And I see why all of this was happening. The level of detail and the fluidity of the animations was something else. And I started to understand why the game was giving my system such a hard time at first. So it's clear that this game is pushing boundaries of what's possible on PC. And that's why it struggled, like I said, at the beginning or the initial setup. But once you get past that, the experience is, man, it's great. So whether you're on PS5 or PC, Black Myth WuKong is amazing visually, but the only con that I have is just getting it started. That said, if you got the patience and a capable rig, the rewards on PC are always going to be good. I mean, that's where games are made, so I think still with some of the technical issues, it's the way to go personally, and this really helped me realize how actually good the PlayStation is, so I gain a little bit more appreciation for it. Let me know what you think about this down below in the comment section. Have you been experiencing these issues, whether you're on PC or PS5? I want to know. But thanks for sticking with me through this breakdown. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you're new here. I'll see you in the next one. And if you want to see a video exemplifying all of these graphics and a build to go with it, I'm talking about an early game build that has almost infinite stamina and insane damage with a certain gear set and an amazing weapon, then check this video out right here, and I'll see you in the next one. Be right out.